This is the Be More podcast. I am your host, Jack Williams, and this is a show all about health, nutrition, mindset, and performing at our very best. And this is going to be your catalyst to being more. Right, mate, we'll both introduce our podcast then, shall we? So, welcome to episode, I think it's 72 of the Be More podcast. You go.
And welcome to episode 2 of the Billy Davis podcast.
You're catching up, mate.
I'll get there one day.
This has been a long due podcast, hasn't it, mate, to be honest? So
very long overdue.
And we've both got a similar kind of message with our podcast. I'll just listen to your intro. It's health, mindset, fitness.
Pretty much, yeah.
And we're both battering the same message really out to everyone. So I believe you've planned some questions to me. So we're going to go like an interview almost, and we're just going to go back and forth and obviously share on both podcasts. So yeah, mate, come at me.
Sounds good.
Normally I'm the one giving out the questions, so I'm excited for this.
So we'll just start with, give us a little bit of a background of yourself over the last 5 years.
So, finished university, 21, so this is 5 years ago now, 26, getting old, mate, and had no idea what I was going to do. Got a shit degree, got a 2-2, didn't apply myself, wasn't someone who had any like future or a vision for what I wanted to do in my life, but I like going to the gym. So I come to like a crossroads whereby I had to decide if I wanted to mix my habit, or no, not my habit, my like hobby with a career. So I went all in, decided to do it. Was rubbish PT for about a year. For the first 3 months I had no clients, just trained myself like twice a day, expecting to pick up clients, didn't happen. And then I started to learn about marketing and about mindset, and things started to change. Successful PT for the next 4 years after that. Completely like maxed out my day, couldn't get any more clients in, went online, tried doing that as well, again maxed out that, and got to a point where I was looking for something else. And then obviously this year found Herbalife, started doing network marketing, seen the huge potential that can bring me and how I can impact more people, make a bigger income, live a better lifestyle, have more time, and just gone all in with that since then.
Yeah, so that was pretty much the next little bit was what's changed over the last year, which you kind of just touched on.
So yeah, I think a lot of PTs do this though. PTs, the lifespan of a PT is normally an average about 9 months. If you last longer than that and you become a good personal trainer and you start getting busy, you get to a point where you're only earning money while you're training people. And it gets to a point where I was training clients 5 a.m. until 9 a.m. Everyone would go to work. I'd have a few mums in between mid-morning, and I'd have my afternoons train myself, and I'd work all evening with clients. And it got to a point where doing that 6 days a week, it took out any lifestyle I ever had in my life. I had there was nothing other than work, which for a few years was great because I was earning good money. But looking back, I never had money either. So whatever I was doing with it, I was just someone who was obviously not very happy in what I was doing. Escapism was my work, and then whenever I had time, I'd like binge on whatever I was doing, and my money would just go as fast as I got it. Yeah. So like, there's definitely ways to do it differently, and you can build a really good income and lifestyle from personal training, but I decided that I wanted more, which then led me into obviously looking at property first, and then obviously come across network marketing. I think it's all down to timing as well. Like if I was offered Herbalife before, multiple times, and it never was the right time, nor did I understand it. Whereas a year or two of running my own personal training business, being very busy, having no time for my family, girlfriends, friends, whatever, or to even play football, I literally put everything off just to focus on my career and on myself really. So I was doing a lot of competing or like personal development, and it got to a point where I wasn't really enjoying it. So luckily this year I went to Australia, come back, met a guy, basically introduced me to the opportunity, and I've just gone all in with it since. I've never really been happy.
Brilliant. I think I can probably better that as well, though. The average lifespan of a PT being 9 months, so lasted about 2. when I finished uni and went straight into it, and it just wasn't not me. So
yeah, there's lots of ways to go into. Obviously, you went into a paid role, which is how we started differently. So, for those of you who aren't sure what we're on about, basically, personal trainers are either paid by a gym or they're self-employed and you pay a rent, or you work hours in a gym to be able to work there. So I went down the route of self-employed, not by choice. I just went to a gym and they said, "Oh yeah, you're self-employed now." I passed the interview. There wasn't really an interview. They're just a case of, "Are you a human? Yes, then you're allowed to work here." And And I spent the first 3 months of my PT business training no one.
Yeah.
Whereas you were paid by David Lloyd for 2 months,
Yeah.
but you were just trading time for money again, but in
Yeah.
it, earning even less money because what's the hourly rate? £7,
Not
£8?
enough, yeah.
Not enough.
Not enough to live.
And then even when you're training clients, like I know some PTs who got really busy at David Lloyd, and now they're now working in call centres.
Yeah, and that would be the thing though. I'd find myself doing like shift work, and then trying to fit PT clients around that, and you just end up being a busy fool.
Yeah.
And you literally had no time to do anything.
Or you find
besides
yourself
shift and PT.
cleaning a treadmill.
Yeah.
When you're qualified to try
I
and
just graduated.
And your goal is really to impact people and help people.
Yeah.
You just graduated with a sports therapy degree that you've switched on with what you're doing, and you're cleaning up Bosley balls.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, is this really what I've spent 30 grand at uni for? More money on a PT qualification.
Yeah.
You want to be working with people and having impact, and being paid what you're worth as well. And I feel like a lot of PTs or people qualify thinking, oh, well, I'm on £35 an hour, it's going to be cushy, I'll work 3 hours a day, £100 a day, I'll work 5 days a week, £500 a week, cushy.
That was literally me. I'd planned things out to a T almost within, I'll graduate, I can do my PT qualification, something extra, another string to my bow. And I'd planned it all out. I could charge this much, I can do a bit of my sports therapy stuff, a bit of my PT stuff. And as long as I'm hitting between this and this, I'll probably be earning this each week. And it's
very easy to work it out in your head.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it changes. And when you even get to that point, then you're like, so what's next?
Yeah. And actually, I come to the end of it and I thought, wow, I'm literally now, I've spent £40,000 at uni to qualify, to graduate, and here I am now with no job. Like, that was it. And I was lucky enough that I've got full-time job straight away. A lot of people don't even get that.
No. And it wasn't a job, well, in that job you probably would have earned your money back from your student fees in 2 years maybe?
Yeah, if I was lucky.
And that's based on not spending any of it either?
Not spending a penny. And just paying off student debt.
It is mental, isn't it? But this is what we're taught to be like normal.
Yeah.
And the way.
This is considered
what you should be doing.
That route, to actually go to uni and graduate, that's looked at as a better option than just working.
Yeah. Get yourself in a load of debt with the opportunity of, well, the chances of getting a job within that field that's going to give you fulfilment.
Yeah.
Very, very slim, if not next to none.
I actually caught up with a guy from my course at uni a couple of weeks ago, and he was top of the class. He was Italian by nationality, had lived in England for about 5 years, I think. First language was Italian, spoke better English than me as his second language, took a whole degree in English, got a first degree honours, and I caught up with him the other week and he still can't get a job.
Jesus. How bad is that? How bad is that? But going back onto that as well, like picturing what you can do as a personal trainer, I've gone through so many different career goals when I was personal training. I remember at one point I was like, right, I just want to do 20 sessions a week.
Yeah.
In 6 months, all of a sudden I was there and I was doing it, and I was earning the money that I projected to earn. But there is no point where you're like, done it, now I can settle and I'm just going to live a lifestyle now. And even when I got to the point where I was like, right now, I'm going to draw back, I'm going to stop working evenings. And I did this in my third or fourth year of PT.
Yeah.
I just worked from 6 a.m. until midday, 4 days a week. So I was earning still really good money because I was charging a good hourly rate. And I'd be home midday, 4 days a week, and I had Fridays off. And I still wouldn't really be happy with what I was doing. I'd achieved my goal, but I was like, I still feel like there's something missing.
Yeah.
That's why I went travelling. Then I went to set more goals when I was travelling to build an online business. I was like, right, if I can get 40 online clients a month, paying £100 a month, that's a good income, £4 grand working from home a month. Set the goal, did it within 3 months, just through like marketing online, like podcasts, YouTube channels, etc.
Yeah.
And then within 3 months after that, I was like, no, I want to do something else. And because that was my idea of doing that and then travelling, but it never really happens like you plan it.
No.
Or you create something to bring that into fruition. It costs you a lot of money to put the systems in place or whatever all the time. It's the time that's more important. And then you realise it isn't really what you want anyway. So if you're thinking of getting into PT or online PT or going down a competing route just to try and get a physique that you think would warrant a certain income as a PT,
Yeah.
think twice because I've been there and done it for the last 5 years. I've learnt loads from it, but it's given me nothing but position now. I'm looking for something else, you know. So I've obviously got into Herbalife Nutrition.
Yeah. So yeah, what would you say is the best thing at any point in your life that you've actually changed about yourself?
At any point.
Yeah, I think a lot of people they know what their own stumbling blocks might be. That's a good point to be at. Actually, a lot of people don't even realise what their own stumbling blocks are. But what do you think the biggest thing you've almost looked in the mirror and thought, I need to stop doing this and start doing this?
Not caring what people think.
Yeah.
Probably about a year ago.
Yeah.
I just said to myself, I don't give a fuck anymore.
Do what's best for me.
Yeah. I can't keep acting out of doing things to try and impress others.
Yeah.
And that's hard, by the way, with social media. It's still hard. It's not something I've completed.
Yeah.
It's something that you still work on every day.
Definitely.
But I would say, one, being open-minded, and two, not giving a shit about what people think. And also, because if you do, you won't get anywhere. The people who you think care about you and do care about you, they will not agree with what you want to do. If it's anything we're both entrepreneurial. Yeah. No one gets what we're doing. No one understands it. But your family, especially parents, especially best friends, they won't understand it. But that doesn't mean that you're wrong or they're wrong. No. Neither of you are wrong. You just have to completely block out noise, block out distractions, and just literally go all in with it. Yeah. No matter what adversity comes your way.
Yeah, it makes me think of that picture with the two stick men. One stood facing as number 6, one stood facing the number 9. And the one that's facing the 6 is going 6, and the one that's facing the 9 is going 9. And they're both right, but they just can't see it from the other person's point of view.
Yeah, it's your life. Yeah. You should do what you want.
Definitely.
So if you're listening to us now thinking, oh, they're slagging off PT, we're not. We're just telling you our experience, and I'm saying go do it. Yeah. If it's what you want to do. Yeah. And I think that's it. No matter what anyone might say to you, don't listen to our opinion and find your own, obviously listen to mentors and obviously listen to people who've made mistakes and try and choose your own path on that basis, but just go and do what you want to do.
Yeah, that rolls quite well into the next thing I was going to touch on. What would, from your own experience, what would be the 3 best tips you could give someone who is not happy in their current situation and knows they want to do more?
The best top 3 tips to give someone. Personal development. Yeah. So get your head in the book, or at least start listening to audios or podcasts like this one. So you've already started that. Just gentle steps. At first, if you told me to read a book, I'd be like, nah. I think, were you the same, or have you been quite a book reader all the time?
I never read books at uni. I remember I was really struggling in one of my modules, and my lecturer was like, go and take this book out of the library. And I looked her in the eyes and said, I don't even know how to do that. So she walked over to the library with me, took this book out and said, read this over reading week. Read chapters so-and-so to so-and-so, and it will explain what we've just done the last semester.
You did it?
No, I read the first paragraph. And I couldn't read any more. I just got lost in the book.
What, in the first paragraph?
Yeah. And went back after reading week, and she was like, how'd you get on? Does it make sense now? I think she thought I was understanding it a lot more than I was. And I was like, no, I literally read a paragraph and I got lost. And
oh, you told her the truth then?
Yeah. And that's after that point, actually, that's when I went and had dyslexia tests in my second year at uni. And then
so you were 20?
Yeah.
And that's when you had dyslexia tests?
Yeah. And she was like, that's not normal to be struggling that much. If you're at uni, you're doing well in all of your other, because it was more of the numbers side of things for your when you're doing your testing and stuff for your essays. And she was like, it's not normal to be struggling that much. She was like, not meaning to sound rude, do you think it's worth doing some dyslexia tests? Is that something you've ever... And my brother had dyslexia tests at school. It kind of add a little bit of a... Well, yeah. I was at uni, but yeah, why not? Let's try it. And yeah, come back. I thought he'd come back, no, he's alright, or maybe a little bit moderate.
Moderate dyslexia?
Yeah. And dyscalculia, the number 1. On the struggle with numbers.
Oh, interesting.
So I thought it would just be that.
Almost all of the top entrepreneurs are dyslexic as well.
It's crazy.
But I also do think, this is completely off topic, but you have to have something in you that makes you a little bit, not like mental,
Not normal almost.
but yeah, to be able to go through all of the things that it takes to get to where these like people are. Like, because there's so many like people judging you. Like that's just one example. There's so many different adversities that you've got to get through to get to that position.
100%.
You've almost got to be just completely bulletproof.
Yeah.
Which comes from being not normal, because normal people are normal.
Yeah.
For a reason.
Yeah.
So you have to be abnormal. So like, mate, congratulations.
Congratulations on being dyslexic.
And if you're listening and you're dyslexic, yeah, you're going to smash this.
I think there's a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people out there that have similar traits to me, and I'm like, I don't want to say, do you think you're dyslexic? But I think it's a lot more common now than people realise.
I've got something wrong with me, surely.
Yeah.
If you're listening on YouTube, you'll know why I'm laughing now. It's just the way you looked at me. Without a doubt,
yeah. So along with the top 3 tips.
Oh, that's one, isn't it? That's reading. Exercise, reading, because exercise just makes you feel good about yourself. And the main reason why what's the question again? To make yourself
top 3 tips to get for someone who wants to do more.
Yeah. So be in a mindset that makes you feel great. So that's exercise. Exercise, reading, them two combined, or do it while you're doing both. Like you could be running and listening to a book. There's 2 birds with 1 stone. And then the third thing, get around people who are on the same mission as you, or people that are doing what you're doing or better.
100%.
Because if you're surrounding yourself with people who are just average, then you're going to be like them.
Yeah, definitely. Again, these rolling in quite well together actually. Who's your favourite speaker or podcast, or you know what I mean, favourite person to go and listen to?
Big fan of Gary Vee.
Yeah.
Big fan of Gary Vee. Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone. Well, I think I get value from all of them because they're all different and have their own different spin. But Gary Vee's definitely my favourite.
Cool. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? If you look back at the last 5 years and think right to this current day, where am I going to be in the next 5 years?
See, I know I've got goals and I know exactly I've kind of planned where I'm going to be.
Yeah.
But it's still I wouldn't, when I was 21, I would not have planned I'd be where I am now 5 years on.
Yeah.
So I can imagine the growth will be bigger than what I've probably planned in my head, because I know that my activity will create that kind of growth.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to where will I be in 5 years? It'll be amazing. I'm excited for that way. Whereas before, I think I'd have been scared. Where I'll be in 5 years, I'd be like, oh yeah, I've got this idea, but at least, I'm very, very excited about where I'm going to be in 5 years, just because I've got the right vehicle now to be able to grow. Whereas before, I had no more hours in the day. I could have probably worked on time management a little bit, but there's only so many people I can see or so many clients I can help online. Yeah. So it would have been a case of hiring PTs, which it's very difficult because they try and feed all your work if they don't trust you or if they want to build their own thing. That's what I've tried before. So I've had to be, I needed something that I could get myself stuck into that had non-stop potential and unlimited growth, which is what makes me so excited about this opportunity, because 5 years is going to be awesome. What about 15, 20 years? What about 30 years? I'm like, there is no limit now to what I can do. Whereas before, I was probably thinking to myself, as a personal trainer, as much as I was earning good money and I enjoyed it, I was thinking, I can't do this when I'm 35. So I've got a PE teaching degree, maybe I'll start PE teaching. I'll take a pay cut to do that. But that wasn't exciting me.
No.
Whereas this is where will I be in 5 years? Probably Bali.
Yeah.
Or somewhere else, because I don't want to live my life in one place.
Yeah.
So I want to go and meet people all over the world. I want to go and understand different cultures better. I want to learn more about myself. I want to help more people all over the world. I don't want to live a normal life. Yeah. That people could perceive to be normal. I want people to be like, Jack's doing that this year.
Wow. Yeah.
He's mental.
Yeah.
Until I have to have kids, I suppose. If the missus is listening to this, she's probably thinking that's not part of my plan, but she's got to play along.
Who is your biggest inspiration?
Who is my biggest inspiration? So there's two guys that are actually in Herbalife Nutrition who are big inspirations to me. They're like similar age. They're a bit older than me, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Instagram names QR24. His name's Quentin Rebois. He's a French entrepreneur. And then Starbell, Sir Star on Instagram. So they're both doing Herbalife. They both were just normal guys like me. Both found an opportunity. Both completely hammered it. Both are just like, they're not massively academic.
Yeah.
They love their health and fitness. They love being around people. They love networking. They love like helping other people. And they've got the right company to be able to and incomes and live lifestyles just beyond both their wildest imaginations. Like before, Quinton was in Australia trying to play rugby. And he wasn't going to get anywhere with it because he wasn't good enough, but he was just there for a crack. And Starbell was working as a waiter. Found Herbalife, and now they're earning incomes that are like beyond your wildest imaginations. But like when you consider the people that they are, they're obviously massively inspirational people.
Yeah.
Without this opportunity, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing, or they wouldn't be making the impact they're making, which makes me think I'm in the right company
for the right growth.
Yeah. And then people like Gary Vee's inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just look at like the two of them. I look at what they get to get up to.
Yeah.
The sort of places they get to go, the people they get to speak to, and I know you've been lucky enough to hear both of them speak. I've been lucky enough to hear Quinton speak, and even being sat in the audience listening to him, you get goosebumps. So I can only imagine what it must be like to be in 5 years' time, be in his shoes, be stood on the stage. If you get goosebumps listening to him, imagine what's like being the person who's doing the talking.
Yeah, but I get inspiration out of like anything.
Yeah.
So I might just see like a guy who's homeless.
Yeah.
But he's smiling like you said the other day. That would inspire me. Or I might watch David Attenborough and seeing like a cheetah go and hunt. That would inspire me to feel like he's fucking relentless. I love that. Or I might see like someone in my team, for example, who's like brand new, but they're in the game and they're smashing it. That would inspire me. Yeah. So like it's not just these big rock stars that inspire me. It's things that inspire me every single day, and I'll make sure that I'm around that kind of like environment all the time because it makes me more excited and work harder. Yeah. And reading books as well every day.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump straight to another question I wrote down actually. So talking about having some inspiration, when there's no external inspiration or motivation, so when you haven't got that podcast or you're not seeing someone doing something that's inspiring you, what internally motivates you?
My why, which is like just a desire that's burning up inside of me to be able to like provide for my parents, be like better.
Yeah.
Because for 23, 24 years of my life, I didn't believe in myself. Now I do, and I'm like, there is no limit. Yeah. So I'm just like, I've got to make up for lost time because I spent 23 years being a knob. Like, didn't like the only thing I did for myself was probably exercise and have good friends.
Yeah.
They're things that I did really well, and I think I was a good person to be around. But I just never really had a vision for myself. I think I would always be the person that someone would come to when they got problems. I'd help them fix their problems, but that didn't mean I didn't have less problems, you know? Yeah. So I've always been good to speak to people and motivate and inspire them and help them. I just needed to have a way of that working for me as well. Yeah. So that answer your question, what was it again?
When there's no external motivation.
Yeah, so my wife just gets me up in the morning.
Yeah.
No trouble. But it's got to be so deep.
It's got to be so big.
Yeah, like I've actually just read a book about going 7 levels deep with your why. So like my why would be to have enough of an income to be able to support my parents so they wouldn't have to go to a job they didn't like anymore. Yeah. Why? And I'd have to answer that. Yeah. Why? And you have to keep answering 7 times to be able to get to the point where you understand why. Yeah. And it's supposed to make you emotional while you're doing it, and it does. Yeah. I've done it, and I was like, this is difficult to do as well. Yeah. It makes you really think about it. Whereas if your goal is to lose a stone, come on, why? And why is that important to you? And why do you want to do that? When you get deep enough into why you want to do something, when your alarm goes off, you'll do it. Or when someone's distracting you, you won't care. When adversity hits, you won't care. Yeah. You've got to really know what you want. Yeah. And you could be the most brightest, most hardest working person in the room, but if you haven't got a goal or a why, you won't get anywhere.
100%. What would you say to someone who is watching what you get up to, is listening to your content, and they're interested in what you're doing, but they're not currently doing it, what would you say to someone in that position?
Try. Just try. That you've got nothing to lose,
Yeah.
other than improving your health and having an opportunity to develop yourself as a person, which is what you get in this company. You get developed, you get taught by millionaires and how to be a better person, how to add more value to others, how to build a lifestyle whereby you don't have to do what we're conditioned to think we should be doing, which is get a job that you don't enjoy doing and work it to pay the bills that you don't even want to pay for, to live a life that you don't even really want to live. And then we're conditioned to think that's normal. Whereas, just give it a try. The worst you're going to get is a great result, and you're going to look and feel better.
Yeah.
And if you go ahead, like if you listen and become coachable, then anything is possible. So like, why wouldn't you try? But I'm saying this because I'm speaking to myself from years ago when I didn't try.
Yeah.
I was offered the opportunity time and time again, and I didn't understand it enough.
Yeah.
So my advice would be to find out more. No matter like whether it's for you or not. It could even be something different to what we do. It could be any opportunity. It could be just to go and travel. Like I spoke to Jordan yesterday, and he was on about traveling. Like whatever you've got that you think that inside of you to go and try and just go and do, like fuck what your parents say. Don't listen to anyone else. If you want to go and do it, get more information, find out what you need to do to take the next step, and just do it. And if there's someone who's inspiring you to do it, because I'm inspiring someone, message them. Don't be scared of what they're going to think. Don't be scared of judgment. Don't be scared of failing. That's the main reason people don't start. They're scared of failing, or they're scared of what I might think of them. Don't be. There's like clients that I look after, and I'm like, right, get some photos taken. Yeah, I'll do that, but I'm not going to send them to you. I'm like, don't need to, but still, like, just yeah. But at the same time, like, send them and think, don't worry. When I next send that guy photos, they're going to be so much better.
Yeah. That's
what you got to tell yourself, and have that little bit of self-belief. But the best thing with network marketing is that we are your vision at the beginning. Like whoever sponsors you into the business, they are your eyes. They help you. They guide you every step of the way. Yeah. So when you sign up, you have no idea what to do. That doesn't even matter because you're taught what to do by the person who brings you in. Yeah. And if they're not capable of teaching you, the person above them will teach you. Yeah. So you're always being taught what to do. So you're never like alone. You're never alone. If you're actually listening to this and you're in network marketing and you feel alone, go higher up to the point where you've got someone who will help you, because you should never feel alone. There's always someone there to help you, and that's the beauty of this business. Whereas I feel like in a job, maybe not a job because your boss wants you to do well because it benefits them. Yeah. But then, I don't know where I was going with that.
You're very expendable. Is that the word in a job?
Yeah.
If you're no good at your job, they'll get rid of you and find someone who's better at doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas, like Eric Worre, if people haven't listened to him before, especially if you're in network marketing, he talked about when he got started, he went 7 levels up to find someone who was capable of, who was in the game and capable of showing him the way almost.
Yeah.
Whereas you wouldn't get that in a regular job.
No, you wouldn't. They'd be too busy to give you their time, wouldn't they? If they're that high up.
Yeah. If I think about when I was working at David Lloyd, 7 levels up from me would have probably been
David Lloyd.
Yeah, it had been outside the club, so it wouldn't have been internally within the club. Would I have got the help from probably the CEO of David Lloyd? Absolutely no chance.
No, they would have been too busy doing something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was the other question? I can't remember what it was.
What would you say to someone who's interested in what you're doing but isn't currently doing it? They watch you and they think, I'd like to be able to do that, but they're not actually doing it at the minute.
Just get involved, especially coming into 2019. Like, just think to yourself, I'll give it a go. And then the sooner you get involved and you actually get involved with it as well. So don't just sign up and be like sitting in the background. Immerse yourself in it. Like, use all the products.
Yeah.
Come to the meetings, like just completely give it a go. Read some of the books on network marketing, understand it, then you will be in.
Yeah, that's what the next question kind of was. Top 3 tips to someone who's just starting out in Herbalife, because I know there'll be quite a few people who follow me that are just getting started, and then they might not have even heard of you yet or had the chance to meet you. So one of them, for me, to someone would definitely be chuck yourself in. And there's so much there, isn't there, in terms of resources. Just make the most of all of it.
Yeah.
If someone offers you an opportunity, take it.
So my 3 tips would be coachable.
Yeah.
So just decide that whatever advice you're given, you take it as long as it's good advice.
Yeah.
Secondly, get a result. So even if you're not listening, like not a member, or you're thinking about joining, this is what we encourage. Get a really good result. So you've got a massive before and after.
Yeah.
Because we want people to think of our brand and our company as something that gets results for people.
Yeah.
And the more people we can get results for, the more we can change the people's views on our brand and our company. Because it's definitely improving.
100%.
Without a doubt, like it's definitely not what it was before. Before we were involved, we used to think it was even worse. Do you know what I mean? But I think in 10 years' time, there will be no like people will think it is the best.
Yeah,
It is changing for sure. And I think people like ourselves who are younger and entrepreneurial getting involved will help the image of the company.
Definitely.
And the more over the next 5 years, just imagine how many results we're going to get for people. Results shatter opinion, and results will build a new opinion. And it gives you credibility, not just the brand, but you as a person. So like, come in, get yourself an unbelievable result. All you need to do is smash a 21-day challenge, work closely with your sponsor and be like, right, like this is my diet, this is what I'm eating in a minute, what would you recommend changing? And even if they don't know, they'll know someone who does know, who'll give you that support.
Definitely.
You can drop the best nutrition plan, the best exercise plan, the best personal development plan. All of a sudden, you're literally working on bettering yourself as a person. You won't even need to ask people for business because they all come to you. They'll see your results and be like, I want to try that because they're struggling in what they're doing. They haven't got the support. They haven't got the support network. They haven't got the products. They haven't got the education around diet, the meal plans, the daily accountability, the daily workouts. They want access to it. They don't know it exists. Whereas if you show people and you showcase that result, bang, you don't even need to do anything. All you need to do is become like the shop window yourself. So if you're in the company now and you haven't got a result, get off your ass and get a result and show people how good the products and the company is, because your product result is a direct reflection on like how good these products are, and it's what you think of the company. Like if you're walking around with no result and expecting to get a business, think again.
Yeah, and it's just that almost ties all in together, doesn't it? Use everything that's there for you, because if you're using everything, if you're plugging into the support network, if you're using the products and the rest, like you just mentioned, if you're using everything that's there, you're going to get a result.
Yeah.
A whole personal result.
And you're going to grow.
Yeah, like as a whole, that personal result.
Yeah. If you're into personal development, by the way, like this company's made us to grow more than any book.
Yeah.
I know for me, I can speak for myself, I think for you as well, I can 100%. See how you've grown as a leader. It's completely improved us as people. Like, it's not just a shake. People think it's just a shake.
Yeah.
And it isn't. It's literally like it's a personal development company with supplements that help you to live a better life and an opportunity that can lead you to freedom.
Yeah, definitely. Just personal experience in the 5 months I've been involved. I talk better, I feel better, I look better, I'm more confident, I'm a better communicator. I'm a nicer person to be around. I used to be the person who'd be in the sauna and someone else would walk in and I'd pretend I was asleep. And now like I'll talk to people. I'm a nicer person in the family environment as well. Like, I used to be a right arsehole, to be honest.
Yeah.
And yeah, it doesn't feel good when you're better now and you look back and you think, oh, I was a right prick.
Yeah. But that's all thanks to just the mentors that we have to help us to become better, I guess. Yeah, I think I can see dolphins. I don't know if I'm seeing things. Can you see like far in the distance there, just past the pier, there's like things jumping out of the sea? I'm sure that's dolphins. Can you see them?
No.
Or it's people swimming, but why would they be swimming in this cold weather?
Why not?
Your head's right by the microphone, I bet that's so noisy. Sorry, if you're listening to the podcast, I live on the seafront, so we can see the sea, and I feel like I can see dolphins. We live in Portsmouth, so that shouldn't be happening. But mate, trust me that there's dolphins. You see them?
There is as well.
There's dolphins in the sea.
There is.
How mad's that?
Mental.
There isn't there, you see them?
There's definitely dolphins.
Apologies guys if you're watching thinking, or listening thinking what is going on. But there is literally dolphins in Portsmouth Sea. There's another one there in the middle, see it?
In, what's this bit of water called?
By the South Parade Pier.
No, what's the bit of water called? English, no.
Is it English Sea?
English Channel's between us and France. What's between Portsmouth and the Isle of Wight?
I think they do actually get things like dolphins in.
Just showing how stupid I am now. But in that bit of water, there is actual dolphins.
Is there? Oh, there is now. Yeah.
What a way to spend a Wednesday afternoon at 10 to 2.
Yeah, there you go. That's where you got to get involved, so you can see dolphins swimming. Any more
Right,
questions?
a couple more. Right, I know you're a massive fan of morning routines, so just as short as you can, cut it down into a few steps. What does yours look like, and how would you say it benefits you?
So, first things first, I use an app called Sleep Cycle, which wakes me up in like a 10-minute time frame. You can set it for a bit longer, but I choose it to be 10 minutes. It basically wakes you up within that 10 minutes when the best time based on your like, circadian rhythm or whatever.
When you're not in
Deep sleep, yeah. You're supposed to make it like half hour, an hour, but I'm like, no, I want to get up at that time. I don't want to get up. I wake up, I go for a piss, and dolphins are really putting me off. I just want to go out and watch them. I open up my mirror. On my mirror, I've got all my goals, one eye on the way, so I can see it all. It's in my bathroom. And I've got like morning power questions that I ask myself. These are all new things I've added in, by the way. Because I've done a podcast on morning routine. I've added these in just recently.
Yeah.
Got it from a book, Tony Robbins' book. And morning power questions. So I ask myself 7 questions in the morning while I'm just stood there having a wee. Look at my goals. Look at like where I want to be. Go into the kitchen. Sometimes I'll shower. Sometimes I won't. Depends on if I'm going to the gym or not in that morning.
Yeah.
Then I'll make my supplements. I'll have my shake, tea, aloe. Sit down. Got my book. I'll read for an hour. I'll go into my office. I've got my journal. I'll check my daily goals, what I've got to do that day that I've done the night before. I'll write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. I'll write down my aims for the day, intentions. It sounds like quite a lot, but
Yeah.
it's just habitual for me now. So that I'm doing it without even knowing I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking, Jesus, that's a lot to remember. Like it's all like it's been things that have added on through time. At first, it was just a journal.
Yeah.
Where I write down my gratitude, like 3 things I'm grateful for, which is you should all do, by the way. Like.
Yeah.
It sounds fluffy, but it just changes the way you think completely because you become more grateful, you have more perspective, and you just become happier from doing that. And you might be in the darkest situations, but you still find things to be grateful for, which is, there's always things to be grateful for, especially where we live. We live in England, like it's amazing.
And just the year.
The generation we're in.
Yeah, that's the one.
Exactly. So yeah, things to be grateful for, and then that'll be my morning routine. So I've had a healthy breakfast, I've read for an hour or at least half an hour, I've got goals for the day, I've kind of done like affirmations if you like by asking myself the power questions.
Yeah.
I've looked at my big goals, I've looked at my short-term goals, and this is like every single morning I do this now, Monday to Sunday, 365 days a year, no questions.
Love it. And how does it benefit you?
Just changes the way I feel completely. If I don't do it, I just don't feel right. And it's changed me as a person.
Yeah.
That's the deep answer, but being grateful, reading books. Like I'm not academic. I'm not clever. I've got a rubbish degree at uni. Wasn't confident. Couldn't do a podcast like this. Couldn't speak the way I'm speaking.
Yeah.
Didn't have the knowledge I've got now. So that all of these books have compounded to give me I'm a different person. People don't even recognise me from what I used to be like. People I was chatting to, I used to at uni with, they're like, you're so different now. I could never picture you doing what you're doing now. And it's just because of my habits. The habits are the key. So like morning routine being one of them. And it's something that you can do no matter what because you get up early enough to do it. If you're thinking, I haven't got time, wake up earlier. Like if I've got a 5:45 a.m. client, which I've still got sometimes, I'll get up at 4 to do this. I value it that much that I'll do my morning routine at the expense of sleep, but then last night I went to bed earlier. And even if I couldn't go to bed earlier, I would get less sleep for it. And I value sleep a lot. Like I've read a lot on sleep this year, and I value sleep a lot. And it's not like I'm just falling off sleep. I just know that this morning routine is developing me as a person. And when I tie it to my why, I know that for me to get freedom from my parents and to get my why, I won't be able to do that by being the person I am now. So I've got to become better. So if I keep snoozing my alarm, don't get up, I won't get to where I want to be. And that for me crushes me to the point where I have to get up at 4. I don't think about, snooze. Like today, for example, or any day, I don't have to be at work for a certain time.
No.
don't have to be anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm completely free with what I do, but I'll be up before most people in Portsmouth. Why? Because I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's the same for me really. Like I'll wake up in the mornings and my stepdad wanders out like this in the morning. What are we doing up at this time? You ain't got to be anywhere. Get back to bed.
Exactly. I think I'm quite lucky because my dad always started work early, so I'm used to. I've almost been programmed into that from a young age that that's normal.
Yeah.
But then where I wouldn't be very good being the afternoon because he'd get home from work at 3, for example, and that'll be it. He'd be on the sofa for the rest of the night, chilling out. So I've automatically thought now by 3, this is it now. I've got to chill out.
Slow down, yeah.
But I've taught myself to not do that now.
Make the most of the day.
Make the most of every minute.
Yeah.
I'm still working on that. There's still more to be done. It's not like I'm maximising every minute. There's no way. But that's why I do the personal development, to try and understand how I can do that better and cut corners and win the day.
Love it. That's everything I had anyway to quiz you on. So thank you for that.
Nice, mate. I think it's been quite long, isn't it? So let's draw that to a close. We've got a lot from you anyway from that.
Yeah.
And then we'll just do part 2, as long as you guys all want to hear and see that.
Yeah.
Comment
2 separate ones.
Comment below what you thought, and we'll do one just literally just for you. So I'll draw up some questions,
Yeah.
and it'll just be for you, and we'll do that in the new year.
Brilliant.
That'll be episode. Well, if it's still within the first 10 of yours, won't it?
Yeah.
But this time next year, imagine how many episodes you'd have been on.
Crazy.
Just quickly, what's the goal for your podcast?
The goal for my podcast, I just want to get it out there to as many people as possible. Really, I'm going to stay quite. I'm going to alternate. So I'll interview someone, and I'll just do a podcast by myself, just talking about 10 minutes about something that's helping me, and then back to the interview again. And I'm going to keep the interviews quite broad. I want to go through quite a lot of people in Herbalife, but I also want to just talk to people who are out doing other things as well. And I just want to try and share it with as many people as I can.
Awesome. So yeah, make sure you do share if you've just watched. Stick on Instagram stories, tag us in it, subscribe and follow if you haven't already. And thanks a lot for your time.
See you in the next one.
Hopefully you will see the dolphins on a YouTube video or something. We're going to go out there and get them now.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. See you soon.